Hello, everyone. Welcome to Eight Letters. We have two books to be launched today. I hope you're doing great. It's a weekend. I know that some of you are busy or you might be having your R&R. Pero pwede nyo isabay ang pagnood sa Eight Letters and to show your support to our for our local authors. Pareho din silang babae, really strong women who were able to create and write a book about inspiration, traveling, poetry, at marami pang iba. All right, now for this afternoon, we'll begin with a poetry collection by the lovely Odyssa Rivera Abille. She is currently based in Hanoi, and she has already authored two books, or I think three books. Two books, and I think there's one more that's on its way. Okay, and the second book is From Where I Stand. So we will get to know more about Odyssa and her book this afternoon. And then later, if you can still stay, we have another guest. All right, let's call her.
Hello,
Hello, Odyssa.
hi
Hello,
Chris.
hello.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. It's
Hi.
2 o'clock in Vietnam, right?
Yes, 2 o'clock here in Vietnam.
Okay, so okay lang yan. Medyo after lunch, at tawag doon yung parang baka nakakaantok pa yung yung atmosphere. Pero sige, we will
Yeah.
keep it really light and
Yeah, kasi kinakabahan ako.
interesting. Okay lang yan. O sige. Odisa, for those who don't know you, kasi first time mo din with eight letters, can you tell
Yes.
us about yourself and what you've been doing?
So I'm a teacher here in Hanoi, Vietnam. I teach in a secondary school. And I write. I'm also a freelance writer, and I moved here to Vietnam just last year. So parang 10 months pa lang ako dito sa Hanoi. So very new. I'm still learning the culture. And I miss the Philippines so much. I miss my family. And writing keeps me, writing about home and writing about my life there and my life here keeps everything more solid, I guess, because having to move from one country to another was a very big change for me.
Yeah, and the transition din kasi, no, sometimes the adjustment, it really takes a long time then for somebody to adjust to a new country, lalo na, no, kahit Asia lang siya, no, pero, di ba, ibang tao pa rin yan, ibang kultura, ibang time zone. Ay, nagkakalimutan
Exactly.
din tayo sa time zone, di ba? Okay,
Tama.
so, yun yung, no, sabi mo nga 10 months ka pa lang dyan, bear
Hmm.
with me, may mga lang, hindi ako traveling, pero nasa lugar ako na, nasa, alfresco. So, yun nga, you mentioned, 10 months ka na dyan. But have you been traveling a lot before that?
Before, yes, I used to go on solo trips. So ako yung parang typical female solo traveler na nagso-soul search, parang eat, pray, love type of travels, ganyan. But I started when I was, parang 10 years ago was my first solo trip. Um, Wala pang mga vlogs noon. Wala pang
Mm.
nagsusulat about solo travel. But, I always had a diary, and there was always something to write about. Because I started writing in a journal when I was in grade one, I think, or grade two. Um, so I find all these observations worth recording, parang ganyan. So traveling kind of magnified that because there's parang sensory overload, 'di ba? Kapag ka nasa ibang lugar ka when it's a different place, different language, different people, even if it's just within the Philippines. It's not home. So there's you kind of want to keep that immortal, parang ganyan. Yung memory, how do I keep this memory with me forever, or at least for a long time? So you have to write that down to keep that.
And was that what prompted you to create these poems? or something else? I mean, traveling is one thing. I'm trying to write down your experiences is one thing. Pero yung bang the reason why you write matagal na yan, like writing poetry, like for example, is it something like a dream from your childhood?
Um, Not a dream, but I've always liked the writing and reading. So I really enjoyed reading, but I started reading late. 11 na ako when I had my first parang young adult book. And then that got me started into discovering, these young adult books. And then parang, ay, may ibang mundo pala outside my world or outside the school. But the writing, it really started when I was in university. So I've had a band. I was writing songs, and my songs always rhymed. And I think I carried that from when I was 19, 20 years old until now. It's kind of the same, same pattern, same sequence how I write when I was writing those songs and singing them and making them with my band. Doon siya nag-start yung mga poems.
Tapos, yun nga, meron ka lang para mga theme, ano, kasi, for example, itong second book mo, no, nagta-travel ka, ganyan, ano. So, that's really interesting to me, yung process kasi ng isang writer.
Mm.
Kasi, di ba tayo, we just get prompted, no, by anything, by an image, ganyan. Pero, tapos dire-diretso lang. Sometimes we don't really get to think about structure, we don't get to think about even publishing it. Pero ikaw, how did, what was like your process, no? In your mind ba before, ginusto mo na parang, okay, lahat ito iipunit ko and I'm going to publish them? Or
No,
it just happened? Ah, hindi.
I had no dream of making a book.
Mm.
But I had this health issue, um, which led to a major surgeries. And then after the surgery, because you had to go through a recovery period right after surgery.
Mhm.
And recovery, wala ka talagang dapat pwedeng gawin.
Mhm.
You're just online. And at that time, I was, writing on my website and then also on medium.com. And I thought, okay, why don't I look at my old journals? So that's how it started. My old journals, like the songs that I wrote, nasa yellow pad pa sila. Hindi ko sila tinapon. So I took stock of what I've made from 5, 10 years ago. And then because I had so much time, I was able to rework on the poems and remember and reminisce. So I kind of used that recovery period for gathering everything. And then that's parang sabi ko, I think this can make a book. This can make a chapbook kasi marami na sila. So from when you're doing it per event or per experience, you don't really realize how much you've accumulated, I guess.
Mhm.
Never was my dream. I never thought about it until there was just one day and I thought, okay, I can maybe share this with people and maybe some of them might connect with it.
And then it started from there. One book led to another. Okay. Kasi
Yes.
to, di ba? Now, let's talk about from where I stand naman, no? Sige. Kasi meron tayo nung first book mo, no? But, yun nga, sige, we will talk about that later. Pero dun muna tayo sa from where I stand. What is from where I stand in a nutshell?
So from where I stand, it's a very you can take the meaning of from where I stand based on where you are in life. You could be at home, you could be at work, you could be in another place, you could be with this special person that you really want to be with, or you could be by yourself. So from where I stand is it's a phrase that you can own, that you can use wherever you are in life. And then from where you are, you can see and define whatever is in front of you. So that's how I see it. It's also a line from one of the poems. I just don't remember where, but it's here. And I thought, okay, this is a perfect title for a collection of poems about the travel, about travel.
The
Hello,
the
Chris. I think there's something wrong with the audio. I cannot hear you. Hello.
hello.
Hi, Chris.
Ayan. Sorry. Ako ba yung nawala?
Oh.
Sorry. Okay. I don't know what happened kasi it's the connection. Pero, bakit kaya? Bakit
Oo
kaya? I
nga,
have a very
nag-travel
strong
ka ba
signal.
bigla?
Oo. Kasi kanina oo, nakita ko rin ikaw naman yung nagba-buff sa totoo. Know what's happening. But anyway, sige. Life in the Philippines. Life in the Philippines where connectivity is not that strong. Okay, sige, let's go back to my comment there, no. That from where I stand contextualizes or para it personalizes, no, the reading experience of of people. Kasi nga
Yes,
they could be reading it from at any point in their lives, and at the same time they could also um, read it based on how they experience the same thing. Parang gano'n, no? So,
yes.
sabi ko kanina fluid, parang napaka-fluid, maraming form, no, na pwedeng puntahan yung experience nila sa libro mo. Okay, were you able to experience anything na challenge? Like a challenge or feeling mo, parang hirap ituloy, no? But of course, kasi nga, di ba sabi mo kanina, hindi mo naman to, hindi naman malinaw sa'yo nung una na you want to write a book. So, yung iba dito sa book poems na to, they were written um, spontaneously. But were there poems or were there also times when you said, it's really difficult to continue writing this collection or writing this certain piece?
Alam mo, that's a very interesting question because when I start writing poems, I don't feel the need to stop, but it's the situation where I'm at that makes me stop and write poetry. Like, for example, when I was writing about a previous relationship, that was, rocky and parang feeling ko maghihiwalay na kami at that time. Um, that makes you stop, right? That makes you kind of think and be more aware of your choices in life. It makes you ask questions. And that's the time when I can spend time with just me and just write down how I feel through poetry. So no, to answer your question, I have not felt like I need to stop while writing, but it's the circumstances that make me stop and start writing. I hope I hope that's a clear answer.
Yeah, that's pretty much clear. Tama naman, okay. Naintindihan ko yon. Hindi mismo yung tula, but the, what's happening. And tama ka doon
Yes,
kasi ang hirap din magsulat minsan, for example, when, a lot of things are happening in your life. Parang hirap, it's difficult to make space for writing. But I'm glad you were able to use writing to, propel yourself forward. Medyo, ang ganda nga nung ganong klaseng dynamic. Parang, hindi ka nahihirapan magsulat, but you're able to use the art, the art of writing or the art of poetry for you to get through life. O kung ano man yun na naranasan mo at a certain time. Okay,
yeah.
not for us to have, or for our viewers to have a clearer picture of what you're writing, especially yung mga bago pa lang natin na followers. Can you read to us an excerpt?
Yes,
And
I
I'm
would love.
going to put you on spotlight. Okay.
Hi. Okay, so this is the book. I have one copy of my book here in Hanoi, so I'm gonna read the poem "Travel Diary." Travel diary. Words rain down on paper with stories of where I've been, pictures stored in my consciousness, remembering where and when. Local food quickly devoured, street food shows its appeal to tourists ravaging the streets, looking for the next sumptuous meal. Temples, churches, and mosques, their beauty I can't define. Arches, windows, and floors, a home for only the divine. A heart filled with longing while traversing a lonely road to find a better half for life, to feel the warmth against the cold. A thick diary of travels is with me wherever I go, writing to record and comprehend what the world is letting me know. Travel diary.
Alright, grabe. Ang ganda kasi um, ang ano na niya, ang sarap niyang pakinggan. I mean, of
Mm,
course, when you're writing poetry, when you read poetry, may mga poems na ang hirap sundan. Parang they're meant to be read, but yours is meant to be listened to. Siguro din because of you, because when you read it, like, I don't know, are you a reading teacher ba? English teacher?
I'm an English teacher, yes.
Ayun, okay yun. That explains it. Kasi pati yung, may rhythm siya eh. Nakakatuwa. Ang sarap niyang pakinggan. I hope this could turn into an audiobook. I'm giving you ideas. I hope this
Ako,
can turn into an audiobook. It's really it's something I would love to listen to, especially when I feel down or when I need that, I need to perk up my senses. So thank you so much, Odisa, for sharing your talent, for sharing your book with us. Where is this? Where can this be bought? This is with 8 letters, right? Only
yes.
with
So
8 letters. Yeah, but do you have a copy with you also in Hanoi?
Right now, no. I'm speaking to also to a publisher here in Hanoi if about how I can get it published here. But right now in the Philippines, only with 8 letters. Only with 8 letters. 8 letters website. There's like I said earlier, I posted it on my Instagram. They're very active on Facebook and Instagram. Then so to everyone that's watching, check out 8 letters. They support local authors like me. And I'm so grateful to them that they exist, and they're doing the work that they do. So 8 letters.
You. Thank you for the kind words, and we hope to see you soon. I mean, at least before the year ends, baka you can be with us sa MIBF also para we can
Hmm.
book signing event maybe plans for the future sana. Okay, but to everyone who's watching, thank you for supporting Odyssa, and you can follow her on her socials. Odyssa, you have a blog also, right? Where
Yes,
can people follow you?
so I have a website. It's www.odyssawrites.com. Odyssa is Odyssa rights.com. And then I have Instagram at Odyssa A. That's Odyssa. And then Facebook, Odyssa Rights.
Grabe, Odyssa pala. Sorry for
Lang
mispronouncing.
yun.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. So thank you. And if I think may copies pa na available, and then you'll get a bookmark. Okay, there are freebies when you buy a copy from Eight Letters. So again, you can add to cart. You can check out from the website, or you can message Eight Letters in our messenger if you want to order. Okay, and may ebook na rin yata ito. Correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So kung gusto niyo ng portable, gusto niyo ng nasa Kindle, so you can also request for the ebook copy. Ayan. So thank you, Odessa. Odessa. Okay. I need to
Oh,
find my. Okay. Thank you, Odessa, for being with us. Alam ko may pasok ka mamaya. So, talagang tight, ano tayo, tight yung time natin, tight yung schedule. But we'll see you again. Also, what's your other book? Kung gusto lang
yes.
din yung, nung viewers natin.
I just picked it up. So, like a new sun rising is the first book. So the heartbreaks, love, losses are all here, and then travel is here in from where I stand. So both books are with 8 letters, also in Amazon.com. If you're not in the Philippines, so grab a copy.
Grab a copy or buy the bundle. Merong
Yeah.
discount yan pag may bundle. Yes. And
Mm.
pagkatapos yung basahin, leave a review if you can. Okay? You can post a review. You can send Odessa your review. Or you can go to Amazon. You can leave her the review there. Thank you again, Odessa. And see you soon. See you before the year ends.
Yes, I'll see you.
Alright.
I promise to see you all when I'm in the Philippines. Thanks,
Alright.
Chris.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye. All right, for those who are still here, again, there's another book launch by 4 o'clock. We are featuring Hues of Existence by Yvonne David. Okay, so please be here, and if you can wait until 4 and until 4:30, that would be really great. That would be really appreciated. And if you have questions to our authors, for our authors, you can write them down, and I'm going to read them for you, or I'm going to highlight your questions. Or if you want if you have a social media page, you can also share this StreamYard. All right, so I'll see you at 4 p.m. I'm going to mute myself. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Eight Letters. With us today is Miss Yvonne David, the author of Hues of Existence. Hi, Yvonne.
Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Paul. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Yvonne David, the writer of Hues of Existence.
Can you tell us more
Tell us
about
more
yourself
about
first?
I'm 26 years old and I'm from Pangasinan, and this is my first book to be published.
Hello, sorry. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Sorry for that. Okay, I have multiple multiple personalities, multiple personalities on Streamyard. Okay, so going back to my question, no, so Yvonne, is this your first book, or did you write other books before?
No, I haven't written any books before. This is my first.
Mm-hmm. So what inspired you to write Hues of Existence?
Um, it was actually my dad who pushed me to publish this book because it is my passion to write poems from time to time. I um I write my thoughts into this app, a typewriter app in my phone, and I take a screenshot of them and I compile them. And after a while, I've noticed that it is already enough to publish or make a book. So yeah, my dad pushed me to go with it.
I'm quite curious about the title of your collection, no? Hues of Existence. Why did you choose a particular title?
Oh yeah. So basically, hues of existence represents the colors we have in life. So we undergo through melancholia, as represented by the colors black and blue. We fall in love. We pour our hearts out, represented by the color red, and we also enjoy our sunny days. Like we can be happy and positive. So it is represented by the color yellow. And as you can see, it is my poetry book is categorized into three. So we have this midnight blue, scarlet moments, and golden days. So that sums it up.
Did you have any other, for example, method when you wrote the poems, or at least when you were categorizing the prior to the no, prior to the choice of colors? Did you have any other method? Ganyan.
Um, no, I only noticed that my poems were categorized in those three pain, love, and happiness. So I grouped them together and came up with the hues of existence.
Yeah, that's a very smart thing to do, though. Kasi tama ka doon. It's actually very intelligent. Yung linking your poetry to the colors of our existence, diba? The colors and feelings or emotions. So, nakakatawa kasi ang daming layers already of symbolism there, no? Now let's talk about your process first, no, of writing before we go to your writing life. Okay, so um what do you do when you what do you have any practice ganyan? What do you do before writing a poem, or do you just sit down and everything flows freely?
No, it doesn't happen all the time because I also experience writer's block. So what I do is I write at the peak of my emotions. I make sure that before I write, it's either I'm too happy or I'm too sad, so that the words will follow.
So para kang masochist. Is it like that? You're like a masochist. Yeah. So may hugot, no? That's nice. You have, pero that's nice and yet that's difficult to, difficult to achieve sometimes. Kasi, di ba, we get to, especially when the emotions are strong. Sometimes it
Mhm.
really distract us. Pero sa'yo, it's different, no? The effect is you
Yes.
get to write more.
Yes, I take the opportunity to make the most out of my words because of those emotions.
Yun nga lang kasi, Yvonne, because the emotions are not on cue eh. So, paano yun? Parang, you have to wait for a certain time to get in the
Um,
mood. Ganun ba?
no, actually, my uh, the midnight blues part of my poems, they were written under state of depression. So that was the time when I had this emotions too much, and I just write every night instead of just crying. I took advantage of them, and yeah, that's it.
I'm also curious to about, for example, when you wrote these poems when you were depressed, and then, of course, you had poems that you wrote when you were happy, or, yung medyo positive naman yung, yung mood, or emotions. Ah, nagkaroon ka ba ng experience in which you felt, okay, I don't think I can switch, or okay, I'm trying to feel okay, but this is not the time for me to feel okay, so I really cannot write a happy, if we can call it that, a happy poem. Did that
Oh
ever
yes,
happen?
yes, there were times. There were times, and it was so hard to write when I'm not in the mood because I can't write properly at all.
And when you can write, when you're in the mood, ano pa, what's the process? You like, you have a prompt, you start with a line, or paano to, how do you do it?
Um, I just turn off the lights and just stay in my room, and the words will just come out of me eventually. So I just wait for the right moment.
Ang dami layers nung sabi mo, like, waiting for the right moment, uh, writing at the peak of your emotions, diba? And also these poems being connected experiences, your experiences in life. What would you say would be the easiest poem, or the poem that you have written the easiest, and which is the poem that you have written the most challenging?
Um, I I had a hard time writing those love parts because it seems cliche for me, but it is easy for me to write those painful part because it really comes from the heart.
Pero did it take you a long time to process, to put all the words together?
No, because when I write from the heart, it comes out naturally, and the words find me instead of finding them.
I love that. I love that. I could coach on that. The words find.
Thank you.
I love that. Okay, sige. You'll see it one day in our social media pages. You'll see that quote of yours.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Can you give us a preview of your poetry? Can you read to us not a line. Baka you have a short poem there that you can read to us.
Okay, okay. Wait,
A
I'll
poem or
just get
two.
it. Sorry, I have to turn it off for a while.
It's okay. It's
Um,
okay.
I have a poem here from the category Midnight Blues. It's titled Detachment. The minutes and hours turn to dust as I nonchalantly sweep them away. With a plethora of timeless frustrations, I supply my soul with its daily ration of tropical Sauvignon. And while soaking in acid and alcohol, I once again lost my senses, also called reality.
Ang iksi, ha? What's the other one?
Okay, I have another one.
Okay.
This is called Fallen Petals, and it's on the back cover of my book. It's titled Fallen Petals. Like freshly picked roses, we glow under the summer sun, radiating hope against hope that we survive life's extremities. But as we age day by day, we slowly break away and suffer from the notorious shadows of frailty and decay. We gradually crumple and fall off like leaves from trees in autumn.
I
That's it.
love that. I love that. Ang strong nung imagery, ang vivid din, no? Yvonne, what's your ano? Sige, pili ka nung poem sa dalawa, no? And then can you give us a background? For example, what's the backstory, no? Like what made you write these poems, ganyan? Um, after completing them, how did you feel? Or meron ba nakabasa niyan and gave you a feedback, ganon?
It was just my dad who heard this poem. This detachment, the first poem I read, was written when I was um, under a state of depression, as I've said earlier. So I wrote this when I was drinking wine and just reminiscing, thinking about the things I haven't done or what to do with my life. So it was basically detachment, entitled detachment, because there are times that I just detach myself from the reality, and it just keeps um segregating me from other people.
And then the one is my ano, my favorite.
Oh,
I love
the fallen petals.
yeah.
It's actually also from the Midnight Blues section. It was also written when I was depressed and sad. This book kasi ano po, it's more of um it's more of for the people who are mentally unstable, that they will also see the silver lining.
You know what I love about para ako am I nag-echo ba ako? I think I nag-echo yata ako. Pero you know what I love about your poetry is that although these were written at the time when you were at your lowest or darkest, there you are very conscious of the kind of effect that you want readers to have. And as you said, you want you intended this collection to give people a sense or a feeling of no. And where is this maturity coming from?
Perhaps it is aging. It's because of we mature, because we age, experiences.
You look really young.
I'm only 26.
O, diba? 26, but the wisdom is there, no? And nakakatuwa because there are lots of people have written inspirational poetry, and of course iba-iba kasi yung experiences, no? But it siguro I would say that it takes a lot of effort din siguro for somebody to come out of a really difficult place or difficult situation and decide, okay, I want this poem to inspire people. You sometimes kasi we tend to detach also from that purpose na yun. Di ba minsan parang,
Yes.
okay, I just felt like this, but I don't care about other people's needs. But for you to be aware of that, di ba? Ibang ano yun, ibang level yun, ibang wisdom yon. Now, is there any lesson, or takeaway that you have um is there any lesson that you learned while you were their collection after you have written all of these poems?
Yes. I realize that there's always a silver lining in everything, that we don't always stop at the painful part. we also go through our optimistic days.
And what is your, aside from that, let's try to expand that one. Let's try to um give a tip siguro for writing. I want to be more specific. If you can give a tip to writers who feel down or depressed, so because number one, they couldn't write that well sa paningin nila, and number
Mhm.
two, maybe for those who have felt rejected by for example, by publishers, by peers, by critics, what message or message can you tell them?
Um, just write from the heart. Just write whatever you feel, because after that, all the words will follow.
Correct. When you feel everything, but here with what you do, other people's opinion doesn't really matter, right? You
Yes,
know,
yes.
criticism can help us, but ang importante doon you're doing what you're doing to keep up. You're doing what you're doing to survive, and
Yes.
I know that your book will truly help people who have uh, felt the same way that you did, who have undergone this situation. I know that this book will really help them, no, to be more optimistic about life. Thank
Yes.
you so much,
Thank you
Yvonne,
so
for
much.
this. It's brief, it's really a brief exchange, but it is also insightful because I rarely get to meet um young people. I'm dating myself by saying I'm meeting people. Okay, young people who have that depth, kasi maraming meron tayong term na tumatanda pero walang pinagkatandaan. So, it's rare for me to meet young people who have this kind of insight and depth. Nakakatuwa. And I really appreciate that. And thank you so much also for sharing this today, this afternoon, and also in the form of your book. Okay.
Yes,
Where
thank you.
where else can we find your book? For example, is this available on Amazon or as a book or physical book lang talaga?
Physical book lang po siya. You can visit the Eight Letters website. It is available there, and I think it will also be available soon on their Shopee account.
Yes, all right. So, physical account. Okay. So, let us know pagka halimbawa merong ebook version for those who want the portable copy of your book. But again, for those who want refreshing insights on life, um, on how to move forward
Yes,
after everything you've gone through, this book is the right reading for you. Okay, this is a really good reading material for you. And Yvonne, yes, anything you want to say? You want to add?
I just want to thank you for this opportunity that you gave, and I would also want to thank everyone who supported me from the very start.
That includes your dad, I'm
Yes,
sure.
my dad and my family, everyone, my friends who
All
believed
right.
in me that I could be able to publish my own poetry book.
Oo naman. And we also believe that you can publish more. We also
Yes, I
believe
hope so. I hope so.
yes, we're looking forward to more poetry collection. Do you have a blog or social media page?
I don't have yet, but they could message me in my personal Facebook page, and I also have my own email just for this book, and it's already in my book. So if everyone can purchase a copy of this book, I would really appreciate it.
Yes. Or if you want to example, you want to chat a bit about her writing process, you want to connect with her, again you can message her on her personal Facebook account, which is it Yvonne David? That's it.
Yes, it's Wondervid.
All right. Thank you so much, Yvonne. And I'll surely get a copy of your book. For those who
Thank
are watching,
you.
thank you also for staying until 4:20, and we'll see you again next time. I think it's next week. We'll have another book discussion. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Yvonne. All right. All right, so that's it for this afternoon. Again, thank you so much. Adami ko thank you, but it's because of your unending support. The eight letters. Next week, I think it'll be Cindy. Cindy will be back with the launches. We'll have more launches, and also stay tuned for our announcement of the Lit Fest program. Okay, that's like 2 weeks from now. Or 2 to 3 weeks from now, we'll have our Lit Fest. So make sure you follow us on our social media pages and support our local authors. All right, everyone. Thanks and see you next time.